Well, the Secret Lair Goblin Storm is no longer available, and we are seeing price action the likes I've never seen before. Some people making already 4x profit less than an hour and 40 minutes after the sale started. Let's dive in. If you like content like this that's analytical about Magic yet not relentlessly negative about it, while talking about markets, gameplay, and doing box openings, then hey, maybe subscribe. Also, if you have a lot of cardboard you want to sell, check out Card Conduit, one of the best ways to sell your cards on the internet. Use promo code NERDY for 10% off your fees at checkout. And then also check out Manapool, which is apparently the largest growing online sales database for Magic the Gathering cards, a sponsor of this channel. Thanks, Manapool. I appreciate it. Affiliate link below. Use that to purchase your cards after you get all that sweet cash from Card Conduit. I greatly appreciate it. Hey everyone, so obviously this is an amazing deck. I'm sorry, I've been slammed with work and personal life, but I really wanted to get a video out about this topic because it is setting new standards for the FOMO that we're seeing and the insane price markups on the Goblin deck here for Secret Lair, which is breaking previous records from the Dan Secret Lair, and even before that, the Marvel Super Drop, which had a really aggressive reselling strategy, and the Final Fantasy Super Drop. Both of those saw about 2x profits the day of, sometimes 2.5 profits for the people who are reselling immediately on here. But now looking at this should have sold for $149.99, about $160 once all is said and done. It's a gorgeous Secret Lair, great value proposition in here. The Soul Ring is super cool, the Roaming Throne is amazing, and of course, getting all those lands is a huge bonus. But what's happening now? Let's take a look. On the secondary market, we're seeing Goblin Storm selling for $525, $550, $700. I just had a patron send me on Discord that somebody sold for $600 already their Secret Lair pre-con, which is nearly 4x profit. I mean, when people say, I don't understand why people scalp or all these different things, it becomes pretty clear when you look at these sold items right now: $450, $300, $449, $495, $499, $450, hovering around that $500 price point. But somebody, let's see if I can find it, somebody shared a notification that it sold for $599. Perhaps that was canceled. Oh no, look at this, $589.99, $550. So some people, when they were watching it go on the rise, thought, oh my God, when is it going to stop? I better pick it up at $589. Look at that, $600. eBay's going to take 10% of that or so. So they're probably going to walk home with around $510, $520, less the cost of product. Let's say that's $160, which if they did get about $520 for this, they're walking away with $360. There is a really deep archetype of people working to secure these through bots and other means, which is a whole part of this ecosystem that I'm not really even fully aware of in terms of how it works. All I know is you can see very clearly the effects of this kind of a super drop selling out within 30 or so minutes. So a few things to talk about right off the bat. Obviously, having the Goblin Storm sell out in around 30 minutes is not good for the overall ecosystem of people trying to buy this as an average consumer. But again, there's one patron I was talking to, it was very interesting. The parallels that they were talking about included scalpers for all things that sell out quickly, not just Magic the Gathering. It's not like they have a favorite hobby or topic in which they like to buy and resell. It seems like it's anything that's profitable very quickly and has a huge FOMO cycle. The reference they gave was Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift tickets, they have really sophisticated bots for that. And apparently, even though SMS authentication is a way in which you can slow down some of the bot purchasing, there are very complicated bots that I've been hearing about through these chats where they can spoof SMS authentication even. So Wizards did reduce this down to 1 per customer. And I know many people within the Patreon and on the Discord who didn't get it. It's a real shame that this went so quickly. Just like the Dan Secret Lair, this is a slam dunk. Amazing value and really standing above the previous Secret Lair decks, kind of competing with that Angels, they're just like us, but cooler and with wings or something like that, and the Cute to Brute decks. Cute to Brute is sitting around $324 right now on this one. A really good deck, lots of cool stuff in it. The price has been going up ever since we've seen this sort of overall rise in almost all trading cards. Pokemon, Magic, they're all experiencing big increases, still listed at $324. And my goodness, the Secret Lair Angels are just like us, but cooler and with wings, is now sitting at $755 for a single deck. That is unreal. And look at that, they're actually selling. This was one of my first Commander decks that I bought on Secret Lair, and I love it. I still have it. I play. It's a really good deck, but I'm shocked to see that we're at $755. Well, when you see prices like this, there's no doubt and no question in your mind why a product that sold for $159 just an hour and a half ago is now selling for almost $500 or $600 in some cases. Now, to quickly talk about where I think this is going to go in the future, well, I think that the sky's the limit for this kind of product. I think people like it. Really cool life counters on this one. It reminds me of the Dan Secret Lair as well, which had an insane value proposition at $99, but it gave you all of those beautiful borderless lands and multiple copies, sitting around $224 right now, which, by the way, was a fairly average price for most of these Secret Lair decks that come out. Keep in mind, there are less cards in this one than a typical deck, but more of them are in that beautiful borderless art as compared to some of the other decks. The Goblin deck matching that formation with 22 foil mountains, the borderless foil mountains, in 3 different variants to create a panoramic scene. I mean, there's no question again as to why this saw the price action that it's seeing right now. So where do we think it's going to go in the future? Well, I do think the sky's the limit here. I do see this settling down around that $400 to $500 price point. Not financial advice. Nobody knows the future. Do your own research. I'm a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer, yada, yada, yada. But look, it's important to recognize that this does have legs, pun intended, with Roaming Throne on the screen. So I'm really sorry for everybody who didn't get it. I was able to get one luckily, but barely. I clicked purchase despite arriving at the pre-queue exactly at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, despite going as fast as I can to try and purchase this and pay attention for when my time procced so I can go into the checkout queue. I purchased this about 2 minutes before it fully sold out. So I was right on the cusp, despite doing everything right. This could have been another disaster, just like the Monty Python Secret Lair, but it wasn't. So either way, my idea on this is I think you're going to see a little bit more saturation on the secondary market as more and more people list these. Let's take a look right now again outside of the sold and go back into what is listed presently. You're going to see them now race to the bottom for a little bit. See, look, back to 449 since we started. They'll race to the bottom a little bit in order to try and snag up the last minute sales where people are really, really trying to get this product and feel like they've missed it. And the FOMO is the most acute shortly after the sale closed. Then, after this slows down, sales begin to slow down, you'll see more of these 500s and 600s getting lowered down in the next week or 2 or 3 as people stop talking about Goblin Storm and start talking about Marvel and have a change in the FOMO conversation. There's plenty listed here. I'm actually surprised. I thought the limit 1 per customer was really going to do something to reduce the amount available on the day of release, but clearly that didn't happen. The bots were still able to successfully purchase some, it seems, and maybe even individuals are just buying and flipping. Look, the economy's tough out there. But either way, when it comes down to it, this was a great product. Many people reviewed it. I echo their sentiments here that it's great value, great art, and actually a really good build structure. I might turn this into a Cranko deck myself personally. I love a Cranko deck. My buddy plays one, and it routinely does some broken stuff. But either way, that's the video, that's the topic, and those are my thoughts on it. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that limiting 1 per customer really did help the situation here? Do you think Wizards could do more? If so, what? Or is this just the dirty part of online consumerism now that's going to affect all markets where there is a quick opportunity to make a buck by buying and reselling at 2x, 3x, or even 4x prices less than an hour after the thing sold out? This happens with watches, it happens with shoes, it happens with concert tickets, and Magic the Gathering is not immune from that, and perhaps there's no way to stop it entirely. But either way, now it's time to thank the patrons. First and foremost, a giant thank you to all of our associates, council, and partner level patrons. I really do appreciate it. And then a giant thanks to our senior partners here, Teacher Johnny, Zach W, Dragon's Den Games and Hobbies, Novian L, Kevin C, and Berserkin. We really appreciate it. You guys got yourself that amazing Gaia's Cradle promo. Thanks for being a part, and that's a free gift for being a part of our community. Next, at the $50 tier, we have our equity partners, Toucher of Wood and Tony MTG Prince. You guys are also getting, in addition to that Gaia's Cradle, this sweet Gilded Drake, one of 50, done by the same artist as well. And finally, our Mad Lad named partner, Thomas McKinney. Thank you so much for your support of the channel and for everybody's activity in the Discord and helping to make this community what it is. One that spreads positivity and has fun with Magic, this game we love. And hey, by the way, if you're bored today, I got an awesome live stream. I'm gonna be on at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today on Whatnot, selling singles in a very relaxed 30-second auction. Do your research, check the value, see if you like it. I got lots of cool oddities, hand-painted altars, tons of secret layers, and lots of stuff that you can take a look at and try and snag up as a single. And if you're new to it, make sure you use my referral code to get $15 of credit free when you sign up. If you missed the one at 3 o'clock, I'm doing another one at 9 p.m. to midnight or later Eastern Standard Time today. I hope you see you there. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm the Nerdy Attorney. Be excellent to each other. Play paper magic with your friends. And until next time, court is adjourned.